Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 8. And for this video, I'll be going over this article by TV Line, who's essentially had more insight from showrunner Eric Wallace in regards to the Armageddon event during The Flash Season 8. And they are very interesting, so I'll be breaking them down. But yeah, as of now, the cast and crew have been filming The Flash Season 8, in which we did know that one special thing that is actually taking place during The Flash Season 8 was that the first 5 episodes will feature a special event, which is a Flash storyline centered crossover titled Armageddon, where essentially we'll be seeing characters from across the Arrowverse appearing within these first 5 episodes. So not only will we be having Team Flash, but we'll also be having characters like Batwoman, Black Lightning, Alex Danvers, Damien Dark, Reverse Flash, Mia Queen's Green Arrow, The Atom, and Ryan Choi, who will all be joining forces with Team Flash to face off against the main villain for the Flash's 8th season for graphic novel number 5, which is Despero, and he's the main villain for this crossover event, and he is super OP, so I cannot wait to see how the show will utilize him. But for the past couple of weeks, we have actually been getting some first looks for this crossover event through set photos, where we have seen Barry Allen teaming up with another hero from across the Arrowverse, that being Ray Palmer aka The Atom, and they have teamed up together facing off against the main villain for this crossover, that being Despero. So yes, we did get our first looks on Despero as well, but they have been filming episodes out of order, and this was actually said by Danielle Panabaker during an Instagram live stream, where she said that some of the cast were filming episode 1, whilst the other cast members have been filming episode 3, or something along those lines. But very recently, they have actually completely wrapped up filming episode 1, so yeah, that's 1 down and 4 to go with filming this crossover. We did also have some other set photos by Canada Graphs like earlier yesterday, I believe, and I'll probably go over those for another video. But we have also seen people taking pictures of Cress Williams on Twitter when he's arrived to Vancouver. So yeah, this does also mean that we've had Black Lightning filming a couple of his scenes as well. However, we're still yet to see the other characters through set photos. They could be filming with them indoors. I don't know about that. But just like last season, we do know that we will still be having the same graphic novel approach. So after Despero, that being graphic novel number 5, we will be having another storyline with another main villain. But TV Line have actually reached out to Eric Wallace for another interview, in which we got a couple of more teases in regards to what we should expect for The Flash Season 8. This includes the Armageddon event, or just in general, and it is pretty damn cool. I will not go over everything because some of the things which is said I've already brushed up on previous videos, so I'll only be going over the main stuff which we need to focus on during this video. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. So yeah, I will read over the article and then do the breakdown later. Much has been revealed about the 5-episode Armageddon event that opens Season 8. Barry will team with Black Lightning, Arrow's Mia Smoke, Batwoman, and others against Tony Curran's Despero and an Eobard Damien Dark alliance. Showrunner Eric Wallace isn't inclined to spoil much more, other than to say there's a level of scale and spectacle right out of the gate that we weren't able to achieve last year due to the pandemic restrictions. But in previewing Season 8 as a whole, Wallace confirmed the return of Speedster kids Bart and Nora, as well as Kristen Kramer, who has a lot to deal with upon realizing her meta-mimicking skills, and teased a villain who will force Team Flash to face their morality in a highly personal and ultimately terrifying way. Wallace said that Joe West is going to get an incredibly different perspective on life, and it will lead him to make a really big choice, one that dwarfs last season's decision to turn in his badge. So yeah, most of this is pretty interesting. First things first, from this teaser, we now know that Despero will not be the only villain for this crossover, but we will be having Eobard aka the Reverse Flash, and Damien Dark teaming up with each other. And I love this because this pretty much shows that they are reforming the Legion of Doom, except without Malcolm Merlyn. But it will just be so cool to see these two characters interact with one another once more. We do obviously know that Eobard's goal is to become faster after Barry absolutely embarrassed him during the Fly Season 7 finale, so it's no surprise that he wants to get back at Barry due to everything that has happened. However, it will be interesting to see how exactly Damien Darhk plays into all of this, because last time we saw him, he died during Legends, but also after Season 3, he has been redeemed. So the way I think that Damien Darhk will play into this season is that it is a version of Damien Darhk somewhere around Arrow Season 4 to Legends of Tomorrow Season 2 onwards. If they're gonna play around with the Legion of Doom stuff, then I would say it's going to be somewhere around after Legends of Tomorrow Season 2. This Armageddon thing is pretty much time travel related, so it won't surprise me too much if we do actually see something along those lines happen. But yeah, by the looks of it over here, the Legion of Doom has been reformed, except without Malcolm Merlyn, and they will also be a threat to Team Flash, not just Despero. Now, obviously, the scale of this crossover is massive. Not only do we know that Despero is the main villain, but he's a huge threat. He is super overpowered, even to a point where he is a huge Justice League level threat in the comics, and on the show, Barry will clearly have to get help from other characters from the Arrowverse to help defeat this coming threat. I will do a brief brush up on Despero just so you guys have an idea in regards to this guy being no joke. So Despero is essentially the tyrant ruler of Kalanor who has fought the Justice League on numerous occasions. He's one of their first villains in the comics and has appeared repeatedly throughout their history. Though he first appeared as a pink-skinned alien genius who has a third eye that granted him hypnotic powers, he is now one of the most physically powerful villains the League has ever faced, while at the same time retaining all his mental abilities. His newfound power comes from recreating himself in the flame of Pitar, which was the last remnant of the same nuclear energy responsible for creating his race. Now, this villain does have a lot of abilities, so I'll only go over some of them because it's literally endless, but it just highlights how powerful he is. So he has abilities such as self-molecular control, super strength, super speed, regeneration, reality warping, astral projection, energy manipulation. He is able to heal himself, he has illusion castings, hypnosis, telekinesis. It's endless. He has much more, but I'm not going to go over everything during this video, but these are like the main powers he has, but it just shows how incredibly overpowered this guy is. Now, the article does also mention the return of Bart and Nora as well, which is great. It will be very interesting to see if they have met Mia before, as although they are from different timelines, or well, they're from the same timeline, but they're from different points in time. They must have met each other at one point, like an older version of Mia meeting the Speedster siblings, because they're both from the future after all. Mia is obviously from 2040, whereas Bart and Nora are from 2049. But yeah, during the end of the Fly Season 7, Bart and Nora were still around, so maybe they will stay there until the Armageddon crossover and then go back to the future after that. The article doesn't really 100% specify when they will return, so it could also be during a later point in the season. But we do also know that John Wesley Shipp did say that he will be filming some scenes for the Armageddon crossover, so it's just nice to see Jay Garrick still sticking around. And since Jay Garrick is still around, it would lead me to believe that Bart and Nora will also be around for the crossover as well, if we are picking right after the Fly Season 7. But yeah, I'm not going to go over the other stuff since I have brushed up on them in previous videos. These are pretty much the main things I wanted to focus on. The Joe storyline, you know, it's quite interesting, but you know, the Kramer stuff I don't really care that much about, which is why I don't really want to go more in detail with that. But in regards to the villain, which is basically a villain who will force Team Flash to face their morality in a highly personal and ultimately terrifying way, I have already done a video on that as well, so I'm not gonna go over that again during this video. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below if you guys are excited for this Armageddon crossover event. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.